wait for nobody to save us. I'm a
Yo, with a kunya we friend before we are seeing when Cambo and you're back on the African colony. Yo, let's go.
Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. Glad to have you guys all energies, on. All enemies, black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Look around the world, can't you see? Hear my cry, just hear my plea. Black unity, it is the key. And one day soon, we'll totally be free. They tried to hide our identity with lies, trickery, and deceit, and faith, groups, and ethnicities. But that blindfold is gone, and now we see. They lied to you, they lied to me. They tried to delete our history. Our only separation is to see, but resilient we stand, just like a tree. The way things are, it just can't be. A major change is what we seek. What we need is to be free, and together we can achieve. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies.
Don't be fooled by the design of the serpent. The righteous ruling ain't defined by your curses. The future's now, God's timing is perfect and divine is the mind when it's working. Now let me get to the soul of the situation. Our powers, ours, no one can give or take it. It's amazing. I'm blessed with this force. Power to the people that connect to the source now.
Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies.
You divine black people, it's your nature. I love y'all naturally, even if they hate you. We ain't finna wait for nobody to save us. I'ma spend my time preparing me a table. Unity and law turn merit into favor. The fruits of my labor, I share it with my neighbor. We represent each other, so beware of your behavior. I'm representing us now. There is a display on
black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Black unity, black love, one family, one love, one energy above. All energies, all enemies. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe button, and share button for those that's watching on the YouTube channel and those that are watching in Restore the Breach. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for tuning in. And those on my regular page, we're going on all of them tonight. We got a special guest, and I'm excited to have both of them here to share with us. They work in the community, and one of them I kind of know, the other one I just met. Has been on with us before, and she talked to us about what the organization does. And today we're bringing the founder with us. And so I'm going to just go ahead and turn it over to them and let them introduce themselves and tell us about what they do.
What's going on, Renee?
Hello.
Hey, my name is Gerald Rose, President, Founder, CEO of New Order National Human Rights Organization. Ms. Mika?
Oh, I thought you. I'm Mika. I'm the national spokesperson for New Order National Human Rights Organization.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm glad to have you guys here. Like I said, I've been following Mika, I think, for a minute. I've met her through Peace Justice. And I tell you this, I gotta admire. I don't know her, but I feel like we sisters.
I don't really know her in person. I haven't met her in person, but I follow her and I've seen all the hard work that she does. I mean, I was like, Lord, this is one hard working sister for the community. She's always at it. She's always on there. And I said, she really motivates me too to be about what I'm supposed to be doing as well. And so I'm so excited to have her back with us and then to have Gerald with us tonight. We're excited to have you too, brother.
We being biased here, huh? Is it a female thing?
We're excited to have you too, brother. No. We're excited to have you. And so tonight, guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to let them tell us a little bit about what it is that they do and who they serve, and then how you guys can get involved, and maybe how you can contact them if you need their services. I'm going to start with me because Lady goes first. Just kind of tell us about.
We being discrimination tonight. Okay.
Well, we pretty much basically we very very proactive in the community. We deal with all types of issues and address a lot of issues from human rights violations to illegal incarcerations. We just got on board with the people from behind the wall that reach out to us for assistance, but it's mainly like human rights violation. If your kids, like, we working with the youth, if your kids have issues in schools that not being addressed and they reach out to us, we'll handle the situation.
Wow, awesome. And I'm gonna tell you too, this sister is on it. I'm not lying, for real. I'm gonna brag on her. I mean, she really be on it. I'll be looking at it late at night. I'm like, oh, do this is go to bed, boy. She's still working. She's still in it.
Well,
And
thank
so,
my founder. Thank my founder. He taught me a lot. Since I've been with New Order, uh, it just gave me the motivation to keep going harder. I haven't never been with an organization as good as New Order.
awesome.
I really
Okay.
appreciate that.
Now we're gonna
Well,
brag on you, brother.
well, I can say that when we say not I, but we all in this together. I have a wonderful, wonderful national organization, staff members across the United States. We say not I, but we. People are joining daily, but I just don't bring anybody on. We bring people on. It's all about solutions. Because when you have solutions, you have a victory. When you get victory, you get results, and that's what we're known for. And like Mika said, we do take on cases, but there's a strict protocol. You have to go through our legal department because, again, if it doesn't pass the legal department, there's something wrong, because we're not in here just to be seen. We're in here about the business, and things like that. So originally from Ohio, my dad was a pastor, not just a pastor. He came behind them four walls. Church and house was put on fire growing up. Death threat calls came into the household. I don't know if you remember the original movie Dr. King. I don't even know if Mika knows this, but you remember the original movie Dr. King that Paul Winfield played? I don't know how old you are. Maybe I'm telling my age. But
You tell
anyway,
you.
we used to watch that as a kid, for Black History Month. And my dad went out for that. He almost got it, but they gave it to Paul Winfield to play the role of Dr. King. So my dad was, if you heard him, he sounded just like Dr. King. So I was exposed to civil rights as a kid. Jesse Jackson been in my house, Farrakhan been in my church.
Wow.
Cynthia McKinney, former U.S. Congresswoman, the late Reverend Joseph Lowry. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but God is good, but we out here just to be there for our people. That's the bottom line.
Wow. That's amazing. So that's how you got into it, because of your father?
Oh yeah, it's nothing but the bloodline. Before we came on live, I told my daughter I was about to be on a live podcast. She thought it was mine. She said, Dad, I'm gonna be on there one day. I said, what you scared for? You got that rose blood in you. You need to get on here one day, because she has it, but she's very nervous to let it go. But I want her to carry the torch, because we're gonna be old one day. So I want the legacy to continue.
Got you. Okay, so you guys, did we ever say the name of your organization? Did Tamika tell us what the name of it was?
Yeah, go ahead, spokesperson.
Okay.
No, you know me, I ain't gonna overtalk you.
The name of our organization is called New Order National Human Rights Organization.
Okay.
Yes. We
Awesome.
knew and we in order, Miss Renee. We knew and we in order.
Definitely in
That's why it's
order.
called New Order.
Okay. Got it. So this
I
is
read your post earlier. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Go ahead.
okay. So this is a fairly new organization. I
Oh
know.
no, no, no. I started actually in the early '90s, and but when I brought it down here, it was a gap in between. But the reason why I started is two of my best friends got killed execution style to cut my dad grass.
Wow.
Thank God I didn't go with them to the store. I wouldn't be here doing this interview with you because I would have been I wouldn't be here. I'd have been deceased by now. But what happened was they did not return. They got robbed and killed. And my dad went into a 18-day fast. He didn't eat no solid food. I mean, this was all on the news and stuff in Toledo. And he lost a lot of weight. But I'm looking at him as a dad. I said, Dad, why are you doing this? I mean, I need you. You know, you're a parent first. But he was actually for some spirit and guidance as far as what's been going on in our own community, especially the crime and the black on black crime. And then it touched me one day. You know, he said, Dad, he said, son, I need you to do a press conference. I know what it was about, but I was like, why me? You know, I'm just young and all that. And I ended up doing it, you know, and my cousin from Birmingham, Alabama called me, said, man, you need to come down here close to the birthplace of Dr. King in Atlanta and get things going. Cause if you do that, your organization can really elevate. And came down here. I didn't start it right away. Had people, wasn't serious. Of course, you know, I was a stranger to Atlanta. But once God brought me to serious people that's on the same level as me, we've been off and running. That's why I met Mika I recruited Mika off of another rally she was attending.
Oh
She
wow.
didn't know me from jump. You know, I met everybody. I used Facebook wisely. Everybody was a stranger. I wouldn't recruit friends and family because this is serious work if you're doing the real work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It can be dangerous if you know, when you're dealing with human rights, you know, but
Yeah.
what I went through growing up, I don't fear nothing, you know, just the fact, only one I fear is the man above, and the man above is keeping me here to continue to do his work.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So,
Right.
okay, you talked about how hard it is to get people involved. So let's just go ahead and shift right on into that. How can
Okay.
people get involved with your organization?
Okay. Well, you can contact New Order at 1-800-346-5138, or you can send us an email at n1992order@yahoo.com, or you can contact us through our website at www.nonhro.org. I don't give out cell phone numbers no more. It's to that point now, Miss Renee.
Okay.
They got to go through the 800 number
Okay. Okay. I trust me.
because
I
believe
understand.
me, it's the reason why I do that. Mika don't know that, but you know, there's certain things that comes after me that it's unbelievable. You know, so it's to the point now you can't have just easy access to anybody. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, trust me.
If you're doing the real work now, if you're just out here playing, ain't nobody paying no attention to you. If you're running your mouth all day, but if you're out here doing stuff, you know, especially, you know, it's to the point now we're gonna start hitting people economic wise. That's when you really become a threat. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I really
Yeah.
do. So, let's go a little deeper in what the organization do. Do you guys go and like? I know Peace Justice talk about prison reform. Are you guys dealing with prison reform or no?
Well, actually, we do get letters. I used to, before Mika joined, we really got into the prison reform and let her kind of explain why it's important that New Order got into that field. I mean, we received letters before she joined, and we was not this deep into it, you know, but we this close of getting a man out of prison who was illegally incarcerated. I'm gonna let the spokesman speak on that.
Yeah, we got to, well, I always been about prison reform. And, when I joined New Order, we was basically like human rights, violations and stuff like that until we had got a case.
Okay.
And that's what really made us get deep into it and start, considering, working with individuals behind the wall. We got a case with a guy that I mentioned on the last show, that's illegally incarcerated. So, we did a press conference at Central State Prison. I stay on the phone with the parole board constantly, explaining to them, like applying pressure pretty much, because somewhere down the line they know that they're wrong and they messed up. They trying to clean up the mess, but it ain't gonna get all the way cleaned up. So the man is illegally incarcerated. We was able to apply pressure to the point where we was explaining to them that he shouldn't have never been sent to prison. He should
Mm.
never went no further than the county jail. So right now, I mean, I guess because we shook some feathers, he is currently in the county jail, and I don't think they have any plans on sending him back to the prison. So we very close, and we hoping if everything, keep going as planned, that he'll be released.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's a
That
solution. You know what I mean? Not here to be
wow,
seen. We get results.
that's amazing. That's awesome. See, that's why I follow. That's why I believe I think I seen you talking about that, and that really got my attention because that's one of the things that really that I'm focusing on as well is that police reform. So do you guys go inside the prison?
Oh
Do
yeah,
we do that now?
Do
we
y'all
could
go inside the prisons?
we could go
Um,
inside the prisons, but we did have a case where we went inside Cobb County jail, and we actually went in the dorms, the pods where the cells was.
Wow.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so y'all actually have access to the jails and the prisons. Well, I used to do jail and prison ministry, so that's probably the reason why I'm asking. But you guys actually have access where you can go in and you can talk to the inmates and different things like that.
We could schedule to speak
Um,
to the inmates.
Okay.
correct. That is correct. When people recognize that you're serious and God know that you're serious. Like I said, when Mika, she cracked me up. She said, Gerald, I only been in New Order for a couple of weeks. I done been inside the Cobb County Jail. I've been inside the Cobb County DA office. I've been in
Wow.
Smyrna Jail. I warned her, I say, look, we don't just sit around for the next rally.
Hmm.
We always got something going on in between time, and things like that. So most definitely, yeah. And as far as the media, and she's my witness. Some media that we have never heard of New Order, but for some reason that our resume, if I send out a press release wherever we might be traveling somewhere, the media shows up. Ain't that right, me?
You sure do. Sure do.
Well, the last one I seen you guys on, kind of explain what was that about?
Is that the one we was in Akron, Ohio?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What happened was, remember the young man that was gunned down, 40 bullets went inside his body, but 90 rounds was shot at him.
Hmm.
And I feel that it wasn't just an Akron, Ohio incident. This was a nationwide incident. So I have a field representative lives in Akron, Ohio. Said, well, Gerald, it'd be good if you come up here and call a press conference to let them know that we're concerned as a national human rights organization. So me and Mika traveled to Akron, Ohio. Like I said, I'm from Ohio, from Toledo, Ohio, but I never been on the media in Akron, Ohio. I sent out a press release. Like 4 of the TV stations showed up, let them know that justice must be served all the way in Atlanta, Georgia as well, and things like that. The Nation of Islam stood with us. It's a local pastor, a couple of people in the community stood with us, and we got our point across, soon. And then when I got back, I had a voicemail from the president of NAACP, Ms. Hill, saying, thank you for coming to Akron, Ohio to join forces with them, because we went there to recognize, to give a shout out to the community leaders, local leaders. You've been doing your job, but it's now time for a national organization to come in and speak about it, because that was a national tragedy.
Wow.
If
Yeah.
you want to speak on that, go ahead.
Yeah, we had got the call, we had the arrangement set up. I mean, even though the devil was trying to stop us, but me and
Oh
Gerald
my
was like,
God.
no, we not taking no for an answer. But by the grace of God, we did make it there and did the press conference. but we were demanding to speak to the police chief. Now, first they told us they told us he was unavailable. So as we stood on the steps of the courthouse, the police station, they came out and said that they got a spokesperson that's gonna come down and speak to us. So we spoke to the spokesperson. He goes back in. Now we about to leave. Now we get somebody else run out the station. Like, hold up. The chief of police said he'll be down to talk. We like, wait a minute. Y'all just said he was unavailable. But he
Right,
did come down. He did come down and he talked to us. And he could only disclose certain things because a lot of stuff was under investigation.
right.
Wow.
And now we have cell phone numbers, Miss Renee, the chief of police and I think the lieutenant. So if we ever want to have an issue up in Akron, Ohio, we already have a contact. So when she said the devil, for some reason, and I'm not afraid to say this, I think somebody slit one of my tires on my car. Oh yeah, and I'm not saying it because of what I do, but you never know. You never know. It's just a coincidence. It happened when I announced I was coming to Akron. I'm like, okay, that's very strange. And it took all day just to change a tire. It got to the point, you know what? Went on and just rented a car and went on up to Akron. The devil wasn't going to work. So I'm still trying to figure out, did somebody do that? Because the way it was slit is the way somebody plunged it.
Wow.
And I live in a nice gated community, so I'm just trying to figure out what is really going on. And like Mika said, it was probably a target.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Don't you think that's probably the reason why a lot of people won't get involved with that type of work because of the backlash that comes with
Retaliation.
it?
Well, yeah, my dad said, if you go be scary, son, you don't need to be in this. So I accepted the challenge, and believe me, I do understand when you really, really making change, especially money-wise, we're gonna see who's gonna survive at the end. But I could tell you right now, the crew that we have, I don't see nobody it's gonna fall out of this. I think it's because this thing is way bigger than me. You know what I mean? Some people in the organization came to me for help, and now that's their way of, staying involved. Like, man, I really like what you're doing, and then they doing their part. So we all on the same accord.
That's good.
No.
That's real good. I know. So how do you get people to get involved? Because I know I'm struggling with that point. How do you get people?
I think that question is, you're interested in being involved in New Order. Let me leave you alone. Just
Come
say,
over to New Order. Come over to New Order.
Yeah, you can multitask,
Y'all
Renee.
see how they doing me tonight? Y'all see it? They gaining up on me. And Mika, it's been me and you tonight.
I know.
But on the serious tip, you gotta be dedicated to the movement. You gotta believe that, that you're not here on a temporary moment, but a full-time movement. Because we all have children, grandchildren, and we lead by example. Somebody did it for us. So if you're just here on a temporary moment, my hand is not going to be handed out to you, because this is very serious. And I can tell that the people that came on board, they see how organized it is, and there is no drama.
None whatsoever. No mess, no drama. We all tripping and do our part.
Yeah, and everybody's important. Everybody. So that's why my dad, I ain't perfect now, but my dad said, the people that have you, because this is volunteer. You know what I'm saying? So I could be the last one standing, but I doubt it when you have members been in the organization for 15 years, 5 years, 11 years. The only thing we're slacking at any is funded. And now that's the next step. So it's all in God's hands. But we always accept new people, but there's I always just want to make sure that you're coming in for the work, and things like that, because it's going to take all of us.
Okay, so can the people that are in jail, or these people are the ones contacting y'all and asking you to come and help them? And how do y'all choose?
We receive letters from jails and prisons throughout the United States. It's not just Georgia now. Okay. Matter of fact, me and my spokesperson, we're flying out to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, there's a discrimination case going on at Temple University. You know, got a case in Oklahoma. I'm flying out in 2 weeks to a place I have never heard of. It's called Uri, Wisconsin. You know, and I'm like, that name sounds familiar, but it's gonna be the same agenda. This stuff don't fear me. I don't know anybody look like me lives out there, to be honest. You know, but same mission, strange territory. The agenda does not change, you know, so it's a challenge, you know, and things like that. But you know, but like I said, as long as we continue to keep God first, it makes things more easier.
Okay. But the people that's in jail,
Mm-hmm.
those are the typical ones that reach your organization, right? They
Correct.
write you
They
guys
send
letters and say, "Can you come
Correct.
and help?" So what exactly do you guys help them with? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
It depends. You know, first of all, if they're complaining about the living conditions, we can look on that. Of course, legal wise, we could provide some attorneys. They're trying to. Now, let me remind you, we can't help everyone. Everyone is not innocent. Everyone is not guilty. But if they come with strong facts, like this young man who came with a strong fact, we will get on board with that. We just don't just take any case. And I will not play with people's lives, say I'm gonna do this and do that, and don't make moves. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good.
You know, oh yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. I don't even know why people would do that. You know, be on Facebook all day doing these videos, but what are you doing? Okay, who have you got out? Why are you laughing, Mika? You know, I'm just being honest because
Yeah.
people would eventually figure you out, Renee. If you know what I mean. You know, and the worst thing I would never get a room is that we just out here just being seen and getting no results. That's a no. So I'd rather turn down the case if we can't help you. We don't have a strong lead or something and things like that. So we not play with people's lives.
Okay.
And
So
if
you
Mika,
don't go in there. You don't go in there promising them that I'm gonna help you get out and these types of things.
No, we
that
don't
is
do
true.
that.
We don't
We
do
don't
that.
make no promises because
Right,
that's like playing with somebody's life and their freedom. You know, I have seen people make promises to individuals behind the wall, and evidently they're still behind the wall. So that's why
right,
we take it. That's why we take what we do very seriously. And you know,
right,
like when it comes to the inhumane conditions, see, I used to be a correction officer, not only in South Carolina but also GDC. So I know what goes on behind the wall, and I know that the individuals behind the wall aren't lying because I seen it every day when I go to work. I had to work in the environment. Um, so when it comes to cases like that, we could go in and put pressure. We'll make them, well, you know, take us around and let us see where we get these complaints from. Now, if it's have something to do with, you know, wrongfully convicted or something, that'll be a legal situation. Like you could put in a complaint form and send us the facts. Now that's something we could have one of our attorneys look over, and then work with that individual far as you know what they need to fill out, or you know what type of pills or things they need to do. Like sometimes I might just tell them, you know, just to try to get back in court because I done seen it, you know, from prior to me helping other individuals. I said even if you felt like you know your attorney didn't represent you well, just fill out a sentence reduction and a ineffective cancel. Eventually you're going to get back in court with the next couple of months. With that time, start filling out and exhaust all your administrative remedies. That because your attorney's going to tell you the same thing, and then they could file whatever and look over your case. Because a lot of people that's incarcerated, you know, you got some that's innocent, you got some that's just guilty, like my founder said. But at the end of the day, if you go through these individual cases, you will find a lot of loopholes in these people cases. Some people's incarcerated without even no type of evidence or DNA or anything.
Oh wow. That's
right,
deep. That's
right.
deep.
Yeah, we have 3 attorneys that's on board, and we call them the Dream Team. Remember, OJ had the Dream Team, Renee.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
the dream team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have seen one of our attorneys on TV. Y'all, his name is Attorney Jackie Patterson. You might see him in the news sometime.
Mm.
And I don't even know Mika know this is Attorney Drew Finland, who's representing Sheriff Victor Hill in Clayton County. He's one of our high-profile attorneys. So we really got 4 attorneys. But I know and then we have Attorney King in Detroit, Michigan, and then we have a new attorney, Mr.
Jabari
Jones.
Jones.
yeah, just came on board. Matter of fact, I had a communication with him today because we have a case going on here in Cobb County where a young girl, well, I ain't gonna say young girl, but a young lady came to us because she feel that she was a victim of fraud when she bought a car here in Smyrna, Georgia. You know, so we always, and then earlier today we had a case that I sent one of our attorneys to. An issue happened in Cartersville, Georgia. You know, and then one in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So I've been reviewing complaint forms for the last couple of days and talking to our clients, you know, and things like that. So again, we're busy every day. You know, it's like it's running the office. You know what I mean? 9 to 5.
Yeah, I noticed Mika a lot. going at it. It's very inspirational. Right. So y'all don't just handle people in jail. Y'all, it sounds like y'all doing a little everything.
Oh yeah, we do a lot. Yeah, we do a lot. You know, we got some smart, brilliant people, man. That's in this organization. When I say not I, but we, it's definitely that. You know, and I'm looking forward to our meet and greet on August 13th. Matter of fact, if you're available, you could come. It's for the it's for the staff members. We got people coming in from out of state because we have people that work remotely. We just have a weekend of fun because everybody don't know it. We know each other on Facebook by its communication, but we want to put a face and a voice. I just want to thank everyone. Now everybody's not coming, you know, but we have members as far as Kansas, Vermont, Alabama, Michigan, of course, Ohio, South Carolina in the future if somebody want to act right. You know,
man, she gotta get on board.
right. So and we very protected legal wise. Mm-hmm. You know, legal wise. Yeah.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
And then back in 2005, we was recognized by the House of Representatives in the state of Georgia. Oh yeah, really? I got to prove it to you. Oh yeah, this is a real organization. I tell people that come in that, you know, I've been working hard for years down here. You know the song Mike Jones, You Didn't Know Me, Now You Hot, You All On Me? That's basically what's going on with New Order, because when we were struggling, it was like didn't nobody, but now everything is moving. Then it's like, okay, you didn't want to be a part then now, so now why you want to jump on the bandwagon when we were struggling? You know what I mean?
And the crazy part is, me and my founder sit and laugh and talk because we like, it's a coincidence. It is crazy how we have all these organizations out here and advocates, but they always fall back on New Order, asking New Order for help. But y'all have we all doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing.
But you guys are going out there bringing in the results. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what's getting people attention. I know that's what got my attention. Like when y'all was saying, we going out here and we coming back and we're going to do this and that. That's what got my attention. I'm not going to lie. So people want to see results, and people don't really normally get involved until some results is, you know, right. Ain't nobody bringing no money, ain't nobody showing up until you start bringing those receipts. And the more you start bringing in those results, the more attention that you're going to start to get. And people get other people respect as well. When you show up every day and you're faithful and you're committed to what you're doing, then people begin to respect you and the work that you put in. So
if social media shut down tomorrow, we'll be okay. Most of the organizations will probably can't survive, because I done seen some organizations down here start the same time I did. It's like they're ghosts right now. You know, that's why I'm really, if someone's in Mika and I, you know, when I kind of correct on things or whatever, it's just out of love, and she know what I'm talking about. You know, because people look for the negativity. You know what I mean? If I do something wrong, I don't mind criticism, because I'm not perfect. You know, because one time I called out some leaders in Ohio, in Toledo, you know, and I was like, man, why is I'm getting all these calls? What are y'all doing in Toledo? You know, so they trended me all day on Facebook. But you know what I did? I was wrong. So as a bigger man, I apologize, because I'm looking more in the future. You know what I mean? I don't try to get on that ghetto level. You know what I mean? So because again, we gonna make mistakes, but people look for the negativity in you.
Yes,
You
they
know,
do.
and social media is good, but to be honest, a lot of these folks want you to fail, man. I don't want to talk negativity, but a lot of people say pray for them, pray for us, support you. Some of that I don't believe. That's just me personally. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of people that do support you too. I mean, that you may
Right.
not even know about. So
True.
that's the
Right.
positive thing about it. There are people
I don't
that
know.
do.
I feel Gainesville coming on board. What you think, Meek?
I feel it too. I feel it.
Okay, guys, y'all see how they doing? We just talking about what they're doing. We share what they doing tonight.
But no, on a serious note, you keep up the good work, Renee. Seriously, I know you very busy in your community. I might joke a lot, but sometimes doing this type of work sometimes can stress you out. So you gotta laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta laugh, and it's healthy to laugh, even health wise. So, sometimes I joke around, man, but I could tell what people are doing the real work. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love my community, and I love those that love the community and
Right.
willing to get out there and put in that work and put themselves out there on the line. Because I know, like you were saying earlier, this is not something to be taken lightly. When you step out there, you definitely, I tell people, you put your life on the line, when you step out there to do this type of work. And then a lot of times, like you said, there's no pay in it. Nobody's getting paid for it. You just
Right.
doing it strictly from the passion and from the call. And so that's what I think you deserve that hand of
Put it
applause,
this way,
especially
there
all
was
the.
an article. There was an article in 2003 in the Mary Daily Journal where my life was threatened. I don't even know if Mika knows this. Did Mika, you ever seen
Wow.
that news article? I texted to you, and I'm still going strong because I don't fear no one. And one thing that we do, I want to give a shout out to the Nation of Islam. And even though I'm not a Muslim, but we black first, and they really look out for the organization. I mean, when Minister Farrakhan spoke at the Fox Theater, I was invited on the stage with Killer Mike, T.I., several celebrities. And I was like, wow, Remember the late Marion Barry? Remember him, the one, the famous, before he got caught up, the mayor of D.C. I met his secretary. There was a lot of people. I'm sitting on the stage with these people, and then Minister Cherie said, "Mr. Rose, you earned it.
Wow.
You earned it." Now we're in their Wall of Fame at the Mosque 15B on Campbellton Road. Because he know that we're serious. So because she's my witness. When we went to Montgomery, Alabama, when we went to Macon, Georgia, he made one phone call. The Nation of Islam is there for us.
Wow. Sure enough is.
That's
even
that's
when I go to Gainesville, Georgia.
Wow.
You still mess with Renee.
Look at me like, really? That's my first time in that one, brother. But anyway. Lord mercy. Y'all got me laughing now. But okay, let's get back to the organization. Y'all organization. The one that you guys are. The one. Do y'all do any work in Gainesville though? Have y'all gotten any calls from anybody?
We will. I never did no work there, but if we get a call out there and it's all about facts, we rolling out. I'm gonna tell you another thing that I do as well. I have whistleblowers behind the scenes through people throughout the United States, and Mika don't even know this because some of these calls, people are whistleblowing cases to us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're not even part of New Order. They might see something. They might inbox, hey, Gerald, check this out. I want you to check into this. So when we knocking at your door, they will never know where we coming from or in their city. It's just we show up.
Mm-hmm.
You see how I strategize that? You know what I mean? And they're like, dang, where does organization come from? And they would never know because they're anonymous people. That issues going on in their town because some people don't want to be involved, in that spotlight. They working and all, be exposed. So I use social media for anonymous people as well.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, you guys hear that? If you want to be anonymous, you can contact them that way. Nobody would know that you're involved. And so
Right.
that's
You're
something
doing your
that's
part.
available. Yeah.
Right.
Seriously, a lot of people would prefer to be that way for jobs and different things like
I
that. You know,
understand.
you got to use
I
caution
understand.
and wisdom
Right.
anytime that you're doing something like this. That's what I tell anybody.
Right.
Anytime you're doing something like this and you're stepping out in this way, please use wisdom because
Right.
there's a lot of things
Right.
that can come your way by stepping out when you're not ready to be out there.
That's
Um,
that's
yeah, seriously. Okay, so if somebody here wanted to contact your organization, I mean, they would contact that number. First
yes.
of all,
They
let me go
contact.
back. First of all, let me go back. What are some whistleblowing things that we could call you for? Some things like what? What are they calling
If
you
you know,
guys
you
for?
might see some the police done did somebody, you heard somebody's in jail in your hometown that something didn't happen. You know, because we don't hear everything, you know what I mean? Of
Oh, that's
course,
good to know.
you know, something might be going on in Gainesville that the living conditions are bad, and you know, we won't mention that person's name. We'll just kind of show up because I went to Sandersville, Georgia. Um, we have a little local chapter there where it was some stuff going on, small country town. And when I went down there, and they were like, "Where these people come from?" And God, my witness, I did a live video at the jail, in front of the jail, and Mika wasn't even in New Order at this time. I did a live video. The next day, they had some investigation inside that jail about the living conditions, and it was in the newspaper. And I didn't even call the media, and it was the next day, and they like, "Wow, where this come from?" So now they on this defense mode. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it depends on the situation, but you got to come with facts, though. You know, that's the main thing. You know, but it was on the front page of the paper at Sandersville, Georgia, and it's really shocked me because no reporter called me. You know, they just something happened and it got into the newspaper.
Wow. You know, some people would call y'all troublemakers.
Good troublemaker. Ain't that what John Lewis said? We good troublemakers. Of
We
course,
we
we
good
troublemakers.
we good positive troublemakers. We
Right,
fighting with apply pressure for solutions.
right,
We a prime example of we not talking about it. We being about it.
right, right, right.
That I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Only time you see
I
me
like.
do a Facebook video is when we in action.
Okay. I think I'm getting it. Look, that's coming around
We in
the
action. Yeah,
we all actually working on
a young lady
things.
called me after I did a live video today helping this lady. A young lady called me, you know, and said I had the same issue. I said, and I know her. I said, well, you have to fill out a complaint form, you know, because I'm helping this lady out where her car was already messed up before it came off the lot.
It was water
You know,
damage. It was water
and she got
damage. We see, but she had the facts, and we see that.
the facts.
That ain't
And as soon
something
as
that
I got
just
home,
happened.
right.
Mhm.
I got home and got a call and said, this happened to me. Well, I said, well, if you want to kind of join, you got to fill out a complaint form, you know. So um, it's just people need help out here, Renee. This is not. This is a whole different era.
Yeah.
Different.
And then people be under the pressure. We chase cases. I have to explain to them all. No, we don't chase cases. Cases come to us.
Right.
Oh, that's what
Right.
I was about to ask you too. Do y'all go after these cases or
No,
people are
no, I don't do
contacting
no.
you
I don't
Every
guys
do.
for the
I didn't.
cases?
I didn't know what was going on at Temple University. Um, I remember a case in Jackson, Mississippi in 2011. I did see something on the news. Now, I admit I did go to Jackson, Mississippi because I seen it because I didn't see nobody addressing it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Jesse and Al. This was a high profile case back in 2011 where an African American got ran over by a carload of 4 Caucasians and called him the N-word, you
Wow.
know, and my former
I
vice
hadn't heard that
president,
one.
yeah, his name was James Craig Anderson. When we get off live, just Google James Craig Anderson in New Order in my name. And I was like, I ain't see Jesse and Al and them. I called my VP. I said, let's go. We drove all the way to Jackson, Mississippi, and I called a a press conference on a Confederate flag in Rankin County. Rankin County is one of the racist counties in America. And what happened, I met with the DA. They only charged one white male, but once I got done, all three of the people, because there was 4 people in the car, and got them all charged. You could Google, that's all on the internet.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is when you're really making some noise. When I didn't support dog fighting, but I did support Michael Vick because he comes from a community where I come from, and it was more than just dog fighting. The next day, the IRS showed up at my house. They didn't send me no letter. They came to my house, knocked on my door, and said, "This is Mr." I said, "Yes." I called my dad, and I was a little nervous. And they said, "I need you to submit a 990 form." I guess they thought I was getting some money that I wasn't reporting from Vic. Yeah, I was on Nancy Grace's show. And they knocked on my door the next day. Yeah. Yeah. So I could tell we being watched. And that's back in 2011. Can you imagine we still floating around and this is 2022?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Yep. ESPN came in town and interviewed me. It was an exclusive interview. You could go, if you Google ESPN, my name, the article will come up. Yeah, they came in town, and because I was the only one not supporting dog fighting, but I see that they was going after Michael Vick because he was the highest paid black athlete at the time. You know, it was wrong what he did. He admitted at the end, but I was writing Michael Vick a letter every month. I said, "Keep your head up, God go take care." And then matter of fact, I could show you the letter I sent him. Then he came out and signed another $100 million contract.
Wow. That's
Yep.
awesome.
So we've been in some, this was before Mika joined. We done been in some stuff, you know, it's just, but now God is sending me some strong people, you know, because I was really doing a lot of this by myself, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, that's some real work. That's some real work. I'm into relationships, getting people relationships together.
Right. Say what?
I'm in the other kind of work. I love people who
we get a lot of calls from schools too. It's not been lately, but we get calls from schools as well.
What kind of calls do you get from schools? Like the principals?
Schools, like teachers that mistreated a child, especially special need kids. We used to get calls a lot from Osborne High School, Booker T. Washington in Atlanta. It kind of varies.
You with the Pottstown about the boy getting assaulted, a special ed student got assaulted, and they told the mom he was fine. And when she got to the school, the boy was all lumped up where he wasn't okay. They sent him back to class.
Yeah, went all the way out to Philadelphia and got some results.
Wow.
And the media ain't never heard of New Orleans. The media came out.
Wow. Man, y'all be putting that work in for real. So y'all go to the schools, y'all go to the jails, any place there's a legal issue.
What was that case, Mika? We went to Gwinnett County where a teacher looked like me and you, Renee, slapped a student, looked like me and you. We went out there, we went out there, had a press conference at the school. The next thing we know, the teacher ended up getting suspended.
She was on the run.
She slapped the student.
And she slapped another student. She slapped the student. Come to find out, once we went up there and, you know, we did our little press conference and, you know, put pressure on the school and stuff, she finally turned herself in. Come to find out that she shouldn't have never been in that county teaching. And not only that, her teacher certificate was expired.
Right. Yeah, we get results. Yeah, that was on Fox 5 News.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
Now I wish I had known this because we did have a young man up here. It was a school situation. I didn't know you guys handled that. Mika, I had put it up in our group. He may be still incarcerated. I don't know. I may have to reach out to another organization that was handling it.
Right.
Yeah. I'll check into that. I didn't know you guys do the school thing too.
Oh, we
That's
did all that back in
Oh
when I
yeah.
first came down here. One of my big cases, a teacher called two students the N-word at Bryan Elementary School here in Cobb County, and I jumped on that. I ended up getting the teacher suspended. She should have been fired though.
Just like that officer that the deputy that assaulted that guy in Cobb County. He should have been fired. But at least he was able to get him suspended. But the way they
Oh,
did the
come on, that we
suspension, right? They did the
right,
suspension. They gave him 10 days suspension, but they split it up because he said, the pandemic. His family got to eat. Well, that's no
right,
excuse for what he did to that individual behind the wall.
right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Renee, our resume speaks for itself. So when we travel and call a press conference, they go do their research on the organization, so they see all this stuff. But I could tell
What
you when I
about the
went
one?
to
What about the one in Washington?
which one?
The one in Washington, the January 6th.
Oh my God, Renee, we about to make you get some more viewers. You ready for this? You remember the thing on January 6th, the Trump supporters took over the Capitol?
Mm-hmm.
My field director has been in contact with the black officer that you've seen on the news was trying to seize everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're in communication, we're going to recognize him as an organization. You know how much big news that's going to be? President Biden go hear about New Order. Yeah, we about to recognize him. We got his attention. First of all, he had to do his research. What is this organization? Because he's probably getting hit up everywhere. And I want to give a shout out to Kimberly, my field director. She's been in contact with him. So we're going to recognize him. A date ain't been set, but he's willing to accept it. So we're either going to go to DC or he's going to come here and we're going to present a plaque for what he did on that January 6th. That's going to be heard all over the world.
Wow.
Now, do you remember a situation happened in Tennessee where a white gunman went inside a Waffle House and started just shooting up black folks?
Mm-hmm.
It was big national news. You remember that? You could Google this too as well. Okay, remember they called a guy Waffle House hero? A guy named James Shaw Jr.?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Nashville, Tennessee, went to his church and recognized him, New Order. And you could Google all this. And he was on every national TV show in America. And he said, well, I could see in your inbox, I could show you the article. He said, well, Mr. Rose, I've been on all these national TVs, but when you came to my church and presented this plaque, that was more special than anything I did. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. So you guys are really getting out there and putting that work in and making a difference in the community. And I just wanted to recognize your organization. Meet Mika, and I'm just meeting you, Gerald. And so I really wanted to recognize your organization and say thank you guys for that work that you're putting in. And so if somebody is behind the boards, they can contact you, or somebody just have a legal. I'm just reiterating for those that just
school issues, of course, prison reform issues, being racially profiled, police brutality, we do it all, but like I said, you got to come with facts. If you get facts, you got New Order. That's the key.
Come with the facts, guys. They said you got to come with the facts. If you
got
a complaint.
Yep.
Yeah. Mika,
put a complaint in.
This. We don't move off of emotions, she said. I was gonna say Mika said we don't move off of emotions, we move off of facts. That's what she said in the last interview.
We go for facts, not emotions.
That's something that I gotta work on. Yeah.
Right.
So they go off the facts.
Well,
so
you come to New Order, you have it all good, Renee.
You have it down pat. You come to New Order.
You have it memorized. You come to New Order. We looking for a nice press secretary.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all hear that? But anyway, what was I saying? So guys, if you have any legal issues, you got to come with the facts. They help with the jails. They
and
help
one
with
last
prison
thing,
reform. Any
one
legal.
last thing, Right. One last thing, if you don't mind me saying, every second Tuesday, we go inside Georgia Works. It's like a halfway house with people just getting out of prison, and we go in there and do like motivational speaking to encourage the former people behind them walls. I don't call them former inmates; I call them residents. We do it, and every third Saturday, we have an event at the Apex Museum. You heard of the Apex Museum in Atlanta? You heard of that?
Hmm. Yes, I have.
Okay, we take youth to the Apex Museum, teaching the history that they don't get taught in schools. So we have different platforms that we do on an ongoing basis each month. There's no time for downtime. We never wait for the next rally and protest. We always got some stuff going on. We dealing with legal cases or we got programs that set up, but again, when people recognize and you're doing hard work, people will come to you,
Yeah.
So like I said, we get calls every day, and again, but when you got help, it makes your job a lot easier. So I really want to thank Mika, and I really thank you for being the spokesman, because that's one of the hardest positions in the organization, because you always constantly going. The research department, marketing department, they're a little bit slower, the youth department, but our frontline people, we don't want kind of going to these important meetings, with the local officials, with the sheriffs, networking in the community. So everybody has a role to play.
Yeah. Sound good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sound like a well-oiled machine you got going on there, sir.
Right.
Getting the work done. So guys, they deal with any legal issues. You can say you got to come with the facts if you want their help. If it be in school or somebody that's incarcerated, some living conditions in the jails, they deal with that. I just saw something actually where a lady, I think it was a female guard, had set up for a inmate to get beat up, and that I can't remember where it was. My daughter sent it to me, and now she's on her way to jail or prison because she set up for this other inmate to get. She set it up so he could get beat unconscious. So do y'all
Wow.
handle
That's
things like
nothing new.
that too?
But that,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
but see, the thing is, that's nothing new behind the prison walls. Because you got some officers that be in gangs that work with some of the individuals because they getting paid for it. They getting
Mm.
paid for it. And I still don't like. I worked around it, and I didn't feel comfortable, but I still worked around it and I still, that's what I didn't like me in there, because I'm not the type to bite my tongue. I'm going to speak up. If I see things that I don't like, or how the individuals in there being mistreated, I'm going to say something.
Mm. Well,
Right. Well,
we
yeah,
we
that's
need
basically.
we need more people like that in there though, and we don't have enough. I don't think we got enough people in there that's willing to stand up and speak up when they see things going wrong. I even had an officer that worked in the prison in Atlanta. I was at Buford, the men prison there. I forgot what it's called. But anyway, he told me
But
that he
the Metro, is it the Metro or Phil? I know Buford is Phillips State Prison.
Phillips, Phillips State
I used
Prison.
I used to work at Phillips.
Yep, I
I
had him
was
tell me that if he have any problems out of the inmates, he know how to take care of it,
Wow.
and he used other inmates to take care of it. He promised
I
them
Wow.
that he
believe it.
gonna bring them some food or some Mac. Done. He said he didn't really have to promise them really nothing much. But if he said his shift ran smooth because he would have the other inmates take care of anybody that gave him any
Sound like
trouble.
somebody I sound like somebody I know, but it's the truth. I believe it. I worked at Phillips.
Yeah, he told me that out of his own mouth. He really did. And so those types of things, like you said, they go on behind there all the time. And so I'm glad we need more people that are willing to call these people out, hold these people accountable. Because once you go behind those bars, nobody really cares about you back there.
Yeah,
They
if you
say
ain't got no
They don't.
outside voice, you in trouble, boy.
yeah,
You definitely in trouble.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I thank you guys for being that outside voice. And y'all help people in jail as well. You know, people when they go to
Correct.
jail unlawfully. You okay? And school. I'm just
Long as
reiterating for
facts,
those.
long
Got to
as
come with the
facts,
fact.
we on it. We got it. If it's facts, it has to be hard facts that we know that we not gonna be out there based off emotions and looking like fools.
Okay.
Right. Wasting our time, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'm gonna tell. I told Mika once we get this young man out of prison, can you imagine how much our phone is gonna be ringing?
Yeah.
If we go be there with the media with cameras, shaking his hand and say, "Welcome back to society."
That's awesome.
Yep.
And where is this? I forgot. Where did y'all say this person was
He
that y'all
was in
were?
he was in Central State Prison, but now he's in Crisp County Jail.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And so y'all got him out of the prison system.
Basically, pretty much, because
Not
they know
yet. Right. They haven't sent them back. You know, after you have your hearing, they're supposed to send you back to the prison. And the warden told him, he said, "You might as well pack up all your stuff." He was like, "Huh? What you
Mhm.
mean by that?" He said, "I don't think you coming back." So his hearing been at least about 2 weeks now,
it was July 14th, and they
and
don't
he's
have
still
another
at
hearing
the,
date.
yeah, he's still
So
at
he
the
had.
county jail.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. This is awesome. This is awesome. This has been really, really good. Guys, do y'all have any questions for them? I don't see any there. Do you guys have any questions? As we'll go, I don't want to hold them up forever.
No,
But
you
this has
good,
been
you
good.
good. I mean,
I've
if you ever
enjoyed
want
it.
to give if you ever want to give like a community update, just welcome us back. You know, because most people
I
that have
definitely will.
podcasts, they kind of invite us back like on a 2 or 3 months just to get an update because we stay busy. So if you ever
Mhm.
want to give an update, you know, of course I ain't got to
Definitely.
do it. You can just have so we can, we can partnership up.
Okay, definitely have you guys.
Why is she laughing?
Cause Gerald, you still try to
No, I said partnership.
you
I
try to
said
reel
partnership.
Renee
Now I see how he got you in there. Now I see what happened. I see what
You
happened
feel
to
it,
you,
don't
Mika.
you, Mika? She
Look,
feel it. She
look,
feel
Mika,
it. She knows
Mika,
she do.
look. I see what happened to you. You went for a rally, and next thing you know, you had a job. Uh,
Right. You so silly. This could just be your part member of New Order doing your podcast. Bring us on.
you know what? I'm down for that part. I'm down,
Uh-oh,
really.
I got it.
I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm
Oh,
I'm
it
down for
worked.
that part.
It
I'm
worked.
down for that part. Have bring because I appreciate you guys going out there doing that work. Like I said, I
Yeah.
see Mika be up late at night. I still be still doing lives and talking. I'm like, this
But
girl still
on the
going at it.
serious tip, I think it's not just your platform. Since there's so much going on, Renee, I think each podcast or radio show, if it's only 30 minutes, give a update on what's going on, so we all would know what's going on in the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as
Now
what's
see
going on, it could be only
that's
like it could be like 30 minutes at the top of the show, and then you'll still have your regular guests on the next 30 minutes. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm gonna start because we have our own radio show as well. We have a podcast,
okay.
and I invite people on, and like Minister Sharif from the Nation of Islam, I
Mhm.
invite him on quite often because I need to know what's going on that end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
That's
what
all I'm saying.
that's the vision that I have for Land Foundation Life Center. That's why you see
Okay.
me posting stuff where people, whatever somebody's doing positive in the community, I try to put that out
Right.
so other people know
Right.
and so they can get involved. But that's
Right.
the goal of Land Foundation Life Center is to get out there and work in the community and connect with those that are out there doing the work in the community as well.
Yeah.
And
It's
so, yeah,
called the real work. You feel me?
the real work.
Yeah.
Oh, my
So you
brother
can
had to throw
just
that
let
in
us
there,
know.
Mika. You hear that,
We can
Mika?
set up.
I hear it.
we can set up. We can set up a future schedule. You
Okay.
know.
I
So
like
we'll.
I'm interested also in when you were saying the guy when y'all go in there and talk to those that are in the halfway houses
Oh
and
yeah, you can go. You can come as a
um
guest. Yeah,
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
come. Mika been in
I'm
her daughter.
interested in doing that.
Mika's daughter spoke there.
Yeah.
And my daughter
Her
was
daughter, yeah.
17 at the time.
Matter
Really?
of fact, um, next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, I got to make sure I'm gonna be in town. if you want to go or whatever, you can kind of see how the program go.
Okay, definitely.
Then we can go live there and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, see,
Yep.
I'm excited about that part because I see myself as a teacher.
I could see you as a national event coordinator. All right, I'm done. Okay.
You know what?
I see myself as a teacher, guys. I see myself as a teacher. And I like encouraging people and inspiring people and
Right.
motivating people to get involved in the community, find out where they can get involved. And so let's wrap it up with you guys telling us how we can get involved with your organization and different things like that.
I'm gonna let the spokesperson do it. That's her job. Go ahead, Meek.
Oh God. to be involved with New Order National Human Rights Organization, you can always visit our website, which is www.nonhro.org, or you can contact us at 1-800-346-5138. And we also on Facebook under Gerald Emerson Rose or Mika Meek. You can always hit up in our inbox if you have any questions or any concerns that you have within the community, and we'd be more than glad to respond back.
Thank you, guys.
One
Nice
last
job.
thing. No one gonna save our children for us but us.
Right.
Yep.
Hello?
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct. That's absolutely you correct.
Now I can share this off your page, correct?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right.
Yes, you can. Mika, did you
Okay.
put it on your page as well?
Yeah, I could share it off mine.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. You heard how you can get involved with the organization. Please reach out to them if you have any more questions or you would like to get involved, if you would like to volunteer, or you would like to be there. What did Gerald just say? Their secretary.
Press
I think I got her, Mika. I think I got it.
the press secretary.
Now, you know what's funny? I'm gonna let you go. I know we gotta get off the air because when I first Mika, she had her own organization, right? I said, I know that's your vision, your goal. And she said, well, I can multitask. I said, you can multitask, Renee. And your position way behind the scene. They ain't
Right,
gotta
you
know
can
who
still
you
have
are.
your own you can still have your
Some
own
people got their own
organization.
Y'all hear this?
Just come under one umbrella.
They doing it
Just come
live,
under
guys.
one umbrella.
Okay.
Y'all hear this, guys? They doing it on live. No, I love you guys. I really do.
All right.
I've met some awesome people on here. I appreciate you, Mika. I really do. I appreciate the work and time that you put in. Gerald, thank you. You're founder of the organization. Guys, we love you. I mean, I really do. I love the work that you're putting in. Keep doing what you're doing. I want to just encourage you to do what you're doing and let you know people really do, Gerald. Appreciate it.
Okay, all right. Talk to you later.
It's not fake.
Okay.
Appreciate you guys.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Oh Lord.